guys, welcome back to another one. Today is the day we replaced the headlight. We've got the LP6 from Baja Designs. I picked up the kit from Cali Raised Offroad. Comes with the headlight bezel, the light itself, and the wiring harness. Looks pretty straightforward. Does not come with instructions other than mounting this to the bracket, but we'll figure it out. So anything electrical, you disconnect your negative from the battery. We're going to need to remove the gas tank. So you have two bolts here. You have a bolt here for the console, and then if you come around up front here, there's two more bolts on each side of the gas tank. You'll also need to disconnect for your dash, and this, I believe, is a fuel runoff line. And so far so good. So the only other thing you got to do is, if you come down here, there's your fuel supply to the engine. You basically just lift that up and pop this down, get a little rag because it is going to spill a little fuel, and then just pick it up and go, and you'll have access to the wire channel. All right, next step. All right, so we got the tank off, and now we're going to start disassembling the headlight. For mine, I do have the headlight trim ring here. It's basically just a bolt and screw that comes loose, and this guy pops off like that. So that's off to the side. This is the next headlight ring. There is a screw. Where'd it go? I don't know if you can see that, but at the bottom here, there's also a screw that screws right here into this piece. You unscrew that and you remove the ring. And now for the next set of screws. So for the light itself, you have one here, and one here. And there's also this mounting ring behind it, it seems. So I might just take it apart here even. Hang on, let's see. All right, so I think we're gonna make it easier on us. We're gonna leave everything in here. This is the replacement ring. As you can see, it comes with the same stopper as this. So I'm just gonna take them all off here, and I'm going to see if I can pull that whole assembly out and get this motherfucker out of the way. Okay, so that's all one piece. There's your plug right there. Let me drop some of this shit here. Oh, there goes one of the screws. There's your headlight plug. Just lift that, pull it out, and there's the old one. I'm excited. So what I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking this bad boy goes in just like that, and then the light itself is bracketed on both sides here. Now you do have these bolts here. My guess is that the best bet is to put the light in the bracket first. So we're gonna try it like that and then install this. But first things first, I need to run the wire harness. So we're gonna start feeding the wire from the bucket back and tuck it in. All right, as you can see, I've got the gas tank off already. One of the other things I wanted to touch base with real quick, I didn't mention this before, but this is the pin plug for your fuel gauge on the gas tank. So you do have to unplug that as well. So I've got the harness cover, wiring loom cover, whatever you want to call it, off. I do have the wires right here coming off. I'm not 100% sure if I like it on the right side or if I'm just going to follow these wires here and just tie strap it in. But nonetheless, this is kind of where we are. So once that's all tucked in nicely, move this guy over. You have two things for your battery here. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, it looks like the one wire slipped in the sleeve a little. One goes to your negative and the other one is connected to this thing here, which is fused with a 30 amp fuse, and looks like that's going to go to your positive. And they give you one of these cool little connectors here. Crimp it, slide it, lock it. Yeah. And you gotta love the lawn guys for starting right now, but okay, let's keep going. Okay, hopefully the lawn guys are done. Here's the end of the harness here. I guess they're not done. I've run the wire on the left side, so you can see I've closed up the harness. And here are the two pieces that get connected to the battery. We're going to take these two bolts off, get access to the battery. We're going to hook this up to the fused line that I just showed you previously, and put it back together. Okay, I've reluctantly gotten that part out of the way, and I do have access to both terminals. Let's talk about this guy for a minute. There's your fuse side. This handy little gadget, you just pull this up with your hand, slide the wire in the hole, and this will crimp it down. As you can see, they did one side for you already, so we're going to do that and add that to power. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the light itself first. Again, like I said, it does not have instructions for how to connect it to your Harley, but I think that's self-explanatory for the most part. I don't know, we're gonna find out. But in the instructions, you're given a ton of hardware in the box. You have these bolts and washers and stuff. That's for when you connect the bracket to your vehicle or your truck or whatever. For this part here, the custom ring here, you have these bolts and a pair of washers inside and outside, like so, and then that'll screw right into these holes here. Now there is two here, two different kinds of holes here. This is just to lock it in, and this is for any level of adjustment you may need to do. So I'm probably just going to tighten the ones up top down snug and hope that I can access the one back here in case I do have to move it up and down a little bit. We'll figure it out. But the big thing is I'm going to put this in here, tie it down, make sure that the LP6 is up top, if that only makes sense. This is the bottom. This is where that screw is from the headlight trim ring, if you remember that. So I wanted to do a real quick side-by-side between stock headlight and this bracket and the new LP6. Pretty nice fit. There's your bolts on either side. I think we're ready to mount this and plug everything in. But I'm a huge fan over this. I mean, this was a decent light. But if you haven't seen this, this is a whole nother level. Okay, so we're back at the front of the headlight. Just wanted to review a few things with you guys. This is, like I said, this is the plug that plugs into the controls of the bike itself. So easy enough, we just plug that right in there. The only other thing to plug in, this is all you got. So my guess is that for road glide setup, you do have one for each. But one of these is going to go right in there. So pick one, anyone. It snaps into place. These are the relay guys here. I am just going to neatly tuck all of this in here. Line it up. Definitely gonna have to move some of this stuff out of the way because it is a little bulky. All right. I look sick. I gotta lie. Just gonna start. Put my screws in. I am so excited for this. I've been waiting for something like this for a very long time. And you know, the Road King tends to be last in line when it comes to bagger stuff, upgrades and stuff. So, you know, unless you know how to make the harness yourself, we're just waiting our turn, but here we are. Okay, so I pretty much have it in there. Not going to put the covers back on until I plug it all in and I'm able to turn it on and verify that it works. So what we do have to do is come back here. Now that I have everything on the headlight side plugged in, connect my negative, put the cover back on with the CPU or whatever, and just, you know, button everything down, tie strap some of it up, like the extra 2 wires going to the headlight, you know, make that all look nice and neat, and button it down to the point where I can test it. So just gonna do some quick reassembly and then we'll see what happens. So I am also going to use this opportunity to run my USB cord under the dash itself. Also a good time when you have this all apart, wipe it down. There's always grime and stuff that gets up under the gaskets and places that you don't normally see, so take advantage. So I'm thinking I want to run it in here. I know some people run it in the wire harness underneath. I don't know. I think if I need to access it, I'd like to not have to take the entire gas tank off. I don't necessarily mind a little bit of cables. Figure it has to get to here to get to my phone. We'll see. If I gotta take the gas tank off, I gotta take it off. But yeah, so I figured this is all I need. I can tuck it in when I'm not using it. Also got this vibration dampener from Rockform that they just came out with. I'll let you guys know how that is. It's a little bit bigger than the stock one, but it's supposed to help your phone, protect your phone. We'll see. Moment of truth. Huh. Look at that. All right. All right, that's the daytime running lights. The question is, do I got to start her up for the headlights? I don't know. High beam didn't do anything. I'm in neutral. Oh, yeah, never mind. That would help. Forgot to put my fuel. Oh, come on, baby. Back in. Oh, yeah. Look at that. And sheesh. All right, so you guys are going to see me coming. Now I know I can button it back up. Put the rings on real quick. I am hoping that the headlight trim still fits over. It looks like it's going to, because I do like it better than just the ring that comes stock. I'm going to button up the back, and then we'll come back up here and I'll show you. Okay, so there's the headlight with the ring installed. Thing looks pretty nice. What I'll try to do is go out a little bit later and record some footage for you guys so you can see the amount of light this sucker kicks out. But I've got the rest of it buttoned up. I'm just going to tie in my USB and wipe her down. Good time to wipe down all the parts that are exposed with the bags removed and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and take her out for a spin. Super excited. Easier than it looks if I have in fact done it right. We're going to see if there's any adjustments to be made. I'll keep you guys abreast to anything that I need to change or whatever along the way. And next one done.